It's anniversary time, everybody! My goodness. I cannot believe this. It is I, Kane not Kasugi. Hi, everybody. Oh, snap. Happy birthday, Totally Normal. Thanks for tuning into the, you chose to tune into the stream. That's pretty dope. Thanks for spending time with us on your birthday. Where do I get rid of, there we go. There we go. What's up, Poke, Billy, Ninja Gamer? What a W chat right now. Welcome, everybody, to episode 12 of KANE'S SOAPBOX, a.k.a. the 1-year anniversary. I've been doing it once a month for the past year now. I think there was maybe a gap. I think it started in May, actually. But I think I ended up taking like a month off because I had to travel for my wedding. I think it was somewhere in that like September, October range where I had to take a little gap. But regardless, 1 year. That's crazy. First of the upcoming anniversaries on the channel. Next one would be the Dropskate anniversary. Yes, big year for content, honestly, on my channel. Soapbox anniversary, Dropskate 10. Next week is Ninja Roast 3. So that's pretty exciting. And then we're going to get a couple other big videos in the next month or so. It's officially June, which means in 3 weeks, I'm going to officially have competed in the WNL World Championships. That's going to be a vlog and a half. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm basically making a short movie based off of everything that I'm supposed to be doing and all of the people that I'm supposed to be meeting. It's going to be big. Super excited for that one. So those 4 videos are definitely ones to be looking out for. Besides that, we've got, a lot of other videos and stream ideas coming out on my channel. You've got your reviews for different ninja shows, which there doesn't seem to be too many of this year, which is kind of nice, honestly. Get to kind of take it a little easier. We're going to continue Soapbox. I mean, honestly, in terms of my personal channel, that's pretty much what you're going to get. Maybe a couple fun streams here and there. We'll find out. We'll see. But I'll also be doing stuff with TSN. We've got some other videos planned. Billy, if you start yapping about the All-Star video right now, I'm going to strangle you. I hope you know that. For those who don't know, the All-Stars video is coming out on TSN in a couple hours. Very exciting. Be excited about it. I'm sure it's very good. Billy has glazed the frick out of this to me in my DMs, and I'm just like, I'm not buying into the hype like that. I'm gonna believe it when I see it. I definitely would recommend you guys go watch it, obviously, but I'm gonna believe it when I see it. You know what I mean? TSM, we've got some big videos cooking up even after the All-Stars video. We've got some fun streams set up as well. It's gonna be a lot of quality content on TSN as always. Starting in July, I'll be on commentary for the World Ninja League Premier Series, which you guys should totally check out. It's the best of the best in the World Ninja League. All battling for a spot. Technically, I qualified to compete. I did qualify to compete, but I don't know. I mean, my options are drive to Florida and do the Premier Series competition, or get paid to do commentary for that competition instead. I think I'm probably going to end up just on commentary. What's up, Chase? Glad you figured out your stuff so you could hop in our chat. Yeah, so we got some fun stuff. Anyways, back to Soapbox. Soapbox is officially at 12 episodes. And for those who don't know what Soapbox is, it'd be kind of weird that you're checking in on the anniversary for the first time. But Soapbox is my series where I talk about all of the different intricacies of the sport and shows of ninja, the science behind it, if you will, the reasoning behind certain rules, certain decisions from TV shows, certain decisions on obstacle creation, and how difficult things are. We try and take a deeper dive, and I want this to be as, unbiased and educational as possible. while also allowing there to be a conversation for all of us to, discuss different factors that would affect certain aspects of Ninja. And hi, Kane, good to see you. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a great series. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's something I'm very passionate about. I care a lot about, the future of Ninja and making sure that the sport is on the right path. And even if, sometimes we'll only have 8 people in the chat, other times we'll have 20. Regardless, I mean, if I'm getting through to at least one of you guys, I'm succeeding. And I'm going to say this again because I say it every episode. Please do share this with your friends. Share this with people who are open minded or even closed minded and probably need to hear some more nuanced takes, some more balanced discussion about Ninja and not just Sasuke good, everything else bad, safety pass bad, A&W OGs good. There's more to that conversation always. Um, and I think Soapbox is a great outlet for those discussions. We'll be right back. I hate to do that to you guys, but we're going to be right back because I have to go check on something downstairs before I go and start rambling. So here we go. All right, break time's over. Woo, black screen. No, it's just me. It's me, Kane Nakasugi. Anyways, thanks for waiting. I just had to check on something house related before my wife goes off to work. So we are all good here, and we are ready to jump into this episode of Kane's Soapbox, the 1 year anniversary. Now, this I normally have I normally have a PowerPoint set up. I normally am discussing stuff with you guys and going through them bullet point style. And this one's a little different. I do have a short PowerPoint set up. And really, it's like we're going to look at like 3 slides. Then we're going to look at some old runs of my own, as well as runs of other athletes and discussions by other athletes, and really break down the differences between different skill levels and how I've progressed, but also how difficult it can be to progress in Ninja. And this is mainly because let me pull up the meme real quick. Someone just posted it on the Ninja Warrior subreddit, not the A&W one that I'm banned from, but the Ninja Warrior one. Where is it? Let me This is kind of the inspiration for this is kind of the inspiration for this episode. Me watching Ninja Warrior, and it's like I would have made that, and it's this dude who's very clearly not really done anything athletic in a while. That's not to shame anybody, body shame. We don't body shame here, but it does get the conversation started. There are a lot of non-athletes or non-ninjas or just ninja fans who have never done the obstacles before, who always feel the need to talk about something that they're not fully knowledgeable on, and they think that just because they can gauge, they think they can gauge a Sasuke course well enough to be like, well, No, that's not how that works. And Billy, that meme is so old, like it's older than 2021. I saw it in like maybe 2019, 2018. Anyways, so this, oh, I got to change the crop here. This episode is Ninja 1 year in, because I've officially been training for about a year and a half. And I'm going to share, this is probably the most biased Soapbox episode. I'm going to be sharing my experiences, my journey through Ninja, and comparing it to where I would like to be going in the future, and just how much work has to be put in, and different things that factor into growing in this sport as an athlete through my personal experiences, because I can't really speak on behalf of other people. You know, I can't speak on behalf of Billy, who started training, and he's been training in a different way for a different amount of time. Same for Kane. Same for, you know, some super, super strong ninjas out there, some elite ninjas. I can't speak on behalf of my coach or anyone else, really, just myself. So, I made some claims before I began, and let's take a look again at one of the oldest videos on my channel. I went to the Movement Lab in California right before I graduated college. So this was May of 2022. This was 2 years ago. Hadn't really tried obstacles before. And just wanted to give things a shot. And hello. I'm gonna, oh gosh, I rant for so long. This is such a poorly edited video now that I think about it.
I quickly went on to the actual striding step sonic curve type thing, and I sucked.
Like, I slipped.
Turns out, in order to get
I hesitated so bad. It's a sonic curve.
Agility and speed. Who would have thought? Anyways, I managed to beat that, and I was pretty happy.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to use the gong. That feels racist. This spinning log. It's a spinning log.
We're gonna run this balance gauntlet.
Granted, I will say again, I say this in the video, but I had a black pipe under my house that I would use, and it would kind of spin, roll, or whatever. And that was cool. So I had a little bit of practice on that one. But again, yeah, not much.
The black pipe. Okay. Black pipe 1, Kane 0. Let's even the odds here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What in the world was that, Kane? Those aren't even actual strides. You just ran on mats and stuff. Don't celebrate.
Yeah, I probably wasn't supposed to run on the mats.
And then I grabbed
I could kind of lâcher.
Now
so they're shrinking steps.
I wanted to do. So I got right through the shrinking steps, and I grabbed that hold, which was attached to a magnet. And then I grabbed this trapezoid hold from the sides, landed on the trampoline, took some time.
Oh my gosh, I took so many bounces
nice
there.
Propeller bar, grabbed the bar,
Ew.
that I was supposed to dismount.
What am I
right
doing?
by those warped walls over there.
Ew.
Me on my second attempt, but
oh,
here
was
on the
this
third,
when I
everything
fell?
went pretty smoothly.
The
and
fall
if
was
you
funny.
look, I actually took fewer swings and made fewer moves on my last attempt, and got through this a lot quicker and more efficiently than I did on my first attempt.
Oh,
so I consider
pulled
this
through.
a dub.
This is just weird. Oh, the warped wall. So this is like the only thing I was good at. I remember this. That was 10 feet, and then this was like a 12 foot, and this is 14.8. I'm just gonna fast forward. We're just trying to see the obstacles right now. I guess I missed it the second time. Did I get it on the third? Okay, now here's something that I really this is kind of circling back to the subject of this episode. In this little rant right here, I talk about how different athletes I've seen get up the warped wall, they're jumping up the wall and they're hitting it with two hands at the top so they can pull themselves up. It also means that half of their body isn't angled diagonally down. This is just something that I observed through watching the show. And I decided, well, I've been reaching with one hand this whole time. I'm going to reach with two hands this time. And when I get to it, I'm going to just fast forward through the rant. Bam, two hands right there. So I just decided I just needed to fix the jump straight up, and I did. Simple correction. Now, I'm mainly showing you guys that to show you guys something that I don't think I've shown you guys before. This Star Wars notebook. I got it from Disneyland, or Sasha got it for me from Disneyland, technically. But this is, I'm going to cover up most of this stuff because this is a more personal thing. There's going to be some secrets in here that I'm going to reveal later. These are Kane Nakasugi's Ninja Notes. And I've taken notes for years on, I've got some goals and milestones I want to achieve. I've got a list of obstacles I've beaten throughout history. Over here is salmon ladder tech. I've sketched it out. So, like, I've sketched out, there's the warped wall right there. Right there. And, like, I've thought about a lot of this stuff, and I've drawn out a lot of different obstacles. You know, I've got notes on different formats around the world. I've got flying bar tech right there. I made a list. I make assessments. I wrote, like, a little reflection on, like, my first competition. And here's also a list of things that I wanted to train for Tier 2 Worlds, which was last year. So that way I could really, really maximize my training. And I've just been going at this for years. And this is what I've been doing. I still need to update most of this, honestly. Like, I've got wing nuts and sideways right here, and I have not written them down in a while. Like, I have not taken notes on them. But, like, frankly, guys, this is my modern notebook that I started in 2022. I had one in 2018 where I was just sketching obstacles while watching A&W episodes. I was drawing out, and I don't know where it is now. I lost it, and it very much bums me out because it had like tech for like up for grabs or propellers or all this other stuff, and I don't know what happened to it. I moved away too, so it's probably in Hawaii somewhere, or it's like trashed. But yeah, I was watching A&W episodes, and I would literally sketch the obstacle. I would break down the measurements, like, oh, salmon ladder rungs, they're a foot apart. And then I would talk about the technique on how to get up the salmon ladder. And then I'd point out athletes and episodes and, like, timestamps from those episodes of, like, runs on an obstacle that were really good. Like, James McGrath has great salmon ladder tech. And I put down, like, James McGrath, salmon ladder. I probably put, like, A&W 4 or 5. And then I put the timestamp in that episode of, like, a good run. And then when someone was messing up on the salmon ladder, I would write down that one. It was probably, like, Tremaine Dortch or Grant McCartney or something. And I'd put down that episode. So I'd be like, let's look at what we can do and how to do it and how to not do it. And I did that for a lot of different obstacles. And that's a big reason why I watch Ninja episodes twice. The first time I watch a Ninja episode, and this goes for every show, I watch them all twice. I have not a lot of time on my hands. I'm surprised that I do it this way. But essentially, I will watch it the first time just to enjoy it, just to be a Ninja fan. And to have fun with it, and to be like, wow, what a cool new obstacle. Wow, what a great run from that competitor, whatever. And then the second time I'll watch it, I'm taking notes. And I'm taking notes both for obstacles and technique, and also for my true thoughts, like my review, for the review videos that I do. And so that's typically how I handle Ninja. And this was in 2022. Up until 2023, when I moved to North Carolina to train and everything, this is what I did for Ninja. This is how I handled my training. I don't think there's much else that really matters here. The important thing is when let's go to the fail montage here. I could not get up a single salmon ladder rung despite knowing the technique. Just the fail montage. Like, let's put it this way. My kip is good. But, yeah, it's not that good. I was missing a lot of power and strength. Yeah. And then I promised that I would get the salmon ladder later. I ended up getting it in Arizona. And then I have my bold Sasuke. Exactly. Theory v practice. That's a large part of what we're doing. So here's another theory that I had. I made this before Sasuke 40 came out. The Sasuke self predictions. Oh, can I click on the link, please? There we go.
This is how I think I would do on Sasuke's course.
I'm not going to watch all of these. They're in my shorts tab. But basically, I said on stage 1, I would either fail the dragon glider, time up because of the tackle, or beat stage 1. Honestly, 2022 me probably would have failed the dragon glider. Simply put, it's too techy for someone who's never done ninja. Personal opinion. Whereas the first 4 obstacles from Sasuke 40 were not technical at all. You know, the most technical thing was rolling hill. It's very easy to beat. Stage 2, I said something like, can I scroll up, bro? No. Why is this in my... Oh, okay. I'm probably not in the shorts tab. Why am I getting... What's her face? That blonde girl. That's weird. Anyways. Man, look at how many shorts I posted. Stage 2, I said that I would either beat the whole course in 2022 without any ninja training, or I would time up because I take forever on the salmon ladder. Realistically, 2022 me is failing the salmon ladder. Probably Kudari. I could probably do the Nobori, but really slowly in 2022. But I'm failing Kudari. Stage 3, I said I would get wrecked by Dimension. And even then, realistically, 2022 me is failing Flying Bar. These are my corrected predictions and statements based off of actually knowing how to do obstacles now. And then the final stage, I'm not beating the Jugodan in 2022. The Jugodan, and I say this in the video too, statement still stands. 2022 me is not beating the Jugodan. So those are my claims before I began. Now, there's a lot of factors coming into Ninja as a beginner. For starters, strength training prior. And that really helped me personally because when I knew that I wanted to move to do Ninja, I knew that I needed more power because we saw how bad I did. What's up, Jakari? We saw how bad I did on the salmon ladder. I knew I needed that extra strength. So I started doing CrossFit. A lot of just strength, muscular cardio training so that way I could build up that power. And they had like a little rig outside as well. I put that in my video, like ninja training in Hawaii. And I would get to do like 6-foot laches. Let me see if I could find that actually. Oh, you guys got to see the live stream tab there. But like that was it. I was doing CrossFit and I was doing where is it? Did I just pass by it? Yeah, I was doing CrossFit in laches.
Hello, I am driving.
Gosh,
so I will not be looking
old
at
school
you guys so much because I don't
Kane
want to hit
Nakasugi.
anything.
This is all about the and then, yeah, 6-foot lache. Wow, a 6-foot lache. The chicken wing muscle up. Did I try and lache into it? I did. Oh, that was terrible, Kane. Ew, you took 2 swings? Ew. Okay, oh man, look at how far we've come. And yeah, this is at the CrossFit. They had open gym hours, and so this is when I would do the laches and stuff. But they're typically, you know, more organized workouts as well. I bought this little bar that had a cliffhanger, like this little lip right here. And you could grab the top like a cliffhanger. You could grab the other side, pinching it like a vertical limit. So I would do... That was, yeah, lock off on a vertical limit hang.
I think I should show you guys because you're not going to be able to see it in the shot. But I got 25 pounds attached to my waist. We're going to hit that mega bar up with some cliffhanger pull-ups. Let's do it.
And there's my weight belt. And this, I think, was the end of my workout, or towards the end of my workout on this thing, so normally I could do way more than that. And then I set up a little course as well. So I remember this. Shocker. I mean, so I did do this, like,
But with proper construction,
I did this course, you know, multiple times in training, but I recorded these shots individually so I could edit it together for the video and get this
the best
run.
H2 in the world.
My old balance tank. I found that thing in the dumpster when I was 13 years old. Oh my gosh, I miss it. That was 10 years ago. And there's that black pipe. Getting a grip on that tire was so tough with the grass, but I don't think it's 90. I think it's more like 110. But whatever. That was
I
the
did
course.
10 more runs on that course, just one full set, no fails, thankfully.
Oh yeah, every time I failed, I would give myself a punishment or whatever. So there's a lot of different factors coming into Ninja. Strength training. I just showed you what my strength training was before I went over to level up. Obstacle knowledge prior. Sometimes this can be a good thing if you know a lot about the obstacles, and sometimes it can be a bad thing. Because if you are actually paying attention and you're aware of the technique, you can make a lot of really good adjustments, and you'll learn and catch on to Ninja very quickly, matched with the right strength to do it. If you have bad knowledge of the obstacles, you're watching and you think you know how to do it because you think you're replicating what the guys on TV are doing, chances are you're doing it wrong. And when you're getting corrections from a coach or another athlete or any professional, essentially, it's going to sound weird to you because it doesn't sound like what they're doing on TV, even though it's exactly what they're doing on TV. I've seen people who are like that, and it really messes with their head, and they don't progress as quickly. Which is why adaptability and listenability is so important, because you could know nothing about Ninja, know nothing about how to do the obstacles. You could just be like, oh, I saw the show once and it looked cool. And you could walk in, and if you're just like ready to absorb all the knowledge and listen as closely as possible, you are going to learn how to do the obstacles faster than someone who has studied Ninja like me or whatever, but let's say they're just not listening to criticism, and they're not making adjustments to their technique. Eventually, the person who knows nothing is going to be able to only have the right information in their head and not the right information conflicting with the wrong information, if that makes sense. And then equipment, the right shoes, you have chalk, do you have grip tape, things to handle rips, things like that. That definitely affects how you start off as a ninja. So I believe, you know what, let's start here. I'll give this. I am an overthinker before we get into the fun stuff on this and the last slide eventually. I am an overthinker. I want to make that incredibly clear because, if this isn't an indication, you guys, these notes, I take it seriously. I study. I map it out, and I don't waste time. I make sure that at least once a month, I'm taking in all of the different obstacles and techniques that I'm learning, and I'm mass updating my entire notebook. And it's so I can visualize it better. And so when I get to competitions or when I get to practices sometimes and I'm trying to visualize things, I will overthink it. And it has been, it's led me to fall into sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Because sometimes I'm doing a course and I'm like, I know exactly how to do these obstacles because I know how the tech works, and it pays off very well for me. Sometimes it's bad because I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I've never done this specific move before, so maybe it's similar to a move like this, but if it's not, how would I go about it? What's my backup plan? And I just start getting too much in my head, and those are the courses where I will fail. And that's when I ask my coach or my peers, my teammates, because then they'll give me advice and I listen. And when I make those adjustments that they tell me, then I end up performing well, if that makes sense. But I am an overthinker. So that does affect things as well. And that's why I envy some people. Like, there's some dudes who will come in and there is not a single thought about the technique in their mind. They have no experience, but they're pretty strong. Maybe they're a rock climber or a gymnast or a CrossFitter, or they're on the calisthenics grind. And they'll be like, yeah, I just wanted to try it out. And then my coaches will be like, all right, so this is how you do a laché. And they'll nail the lachés because, you know, they're just listening to the right information all the time. Whereas I'm like, okay, hips, knees, feet, arms, chest, everything has to be perfectly in line. And it's a lot. It is a very different style, to say the least. So I am now going to, we're now going to take a look at the different ways. We're now going to look at just how I started in Ninja, and my first competition. Oh man, my first competition. Let me pull this up here real quick. My first competition. You guys probably have seen the vlog. If you haven't, you should go check it out. But if you have, shout out to you guys for being the OGs. You should always have your course runs planned out, just to clarify. Yeah, you should always have your course runs planned out. But it's also nerve-wracking, a little context, little context on this run. This is my first ever competition. It's a tier 2 qualifier. I knew I wanted to try tier 2 worlds, and I had to beat the first obstacle to do this. This was a week after I moved here to North Carolina. So I did not have any real practice. Hi. You leaving?
Yeah.
All right, I love you. You want to say hi to everybody? Sasha's going to work. Everybody say hi, bye, Sasha.
What are you doing?
We're looking back on my old runs today, and we're looking at progress and getting more like analytical about it, about how difficult it can be to progress in Ninja.
Okay.
All right. I love you.
My hair.
Sorry.
Love you.
Love you. All right. I'll feed the cats before we leave. Before I leave. Love you. Love you. All right. So yeah, this run. I had been to level up, I think 2 or 3 times in total. So I was not like the most confident. I was a nervous wreck. Not only that, but on my left hand, I don't know if there's like tape or a band-aid on there or whatever. On my first day, I decided I'm going to try an 8-foot laché because I had tried it in another video, the Arizona video. I failed. I got the 8-foot laché, and then the guy who was there, who was working, he's my friend Keenan. You guys might know his younger brother Asher, but Keenan was a pretty solid ninja himself. He said, all right, you should try 9. And I was like, I don't know, I'm going to compete. I don't want to rip. And he moved it back anyways. And he said, you should try it. I tried it once. I landed it. It was not 9 feet. It was 10 feet. Yes, Asher Sims. It was not 9 feet. It was 10 feet. I landed a 10-foot laché on my first day. And this entire part of my hand just ripped wide open. There was blood everywhere and all this. So it had only had a week to recover. It was still pretty fresh. That was not fun. But here's my course run. I just had to beat this first obstacle. I could and should have run across it, but I was playing it super safe. And there we go. I'm qualified for regionals. This, I don't know why I was moving so slow, but I did. I pulled it back to go for the swing. Smart approach. Almost fell off the platform. Sliders. I don't know why I did so bad on sliders. I was nervous about that for some reason. Then it's another slider. You could hear someone say run into it. I didn't know any better. I pulled back. Running into it's a lot faster. This I was proud of. I'm pretty proud of how I handled this. Like, there are the lockoffs. There's the strength I was talking about from the training. I was going to run across this, and then watch what I did. Oh my gosh, so awkward. You know why? You know why? These shoes were not good for Ninja. These shoes were not good for Ninja. Super nice shoes. I still wear them out because they're white. They look nice, but they were not the right shoes for Ninja. They're parkour shoes. I have other parkour shoes that are a little grippier. These were not grippy at all. Not grippy at all. You can see me like trying to figure it out too. Oh, I was so disappointed because I would have gotten through that in like a second and a half. And then the trampoline freaked me out up to the flywheels because I had not figured out at this point, when in all of my studying, I had not figured out how to land on a trampoline and bounce up to something else. You know, we see that on like hourglass drop or bouncing spider. So many guys, they hit the front or they hit the wrong part of the trampoline or their knees buckle and they fling forward. I was so nervous that was going to happen to me. Yeah. I'm taking forever at this point. I land on the flywheel. It's a massive flywheel. I could have gone there. I should have gone there. I went so slow. I took so many safety swings because, yeah. And then a little lâché here. I think it's like 5 or 6 feet. I'm not worried about that. And I'm just going to skip the rope. Although swinging through that rope probably would have been faster. I hit the bar in the back, and I took so many swings. I did not need to. And then I almost failed there. Like, I didn't need to do that. Oh, it was so... That's so inefficient. Oh, no. And then the body prop where technically I failed. I don't care. Chad marked it as incidental. I do not care what he says. I failed. I failed. You were supposed to do like almost like a cartwheel over to the other side. What I could have and should have done, you could run across, because these two orange things are feet only. You could run, you could jump, and then run to the orange mat. But no, I decided to do this like an idiot. And then slip. I'm in full split instead. See, like Chad didn't see, so he just marked it incidental. And he was like, whatever, you cleared. Even though I 100% failed.
You got wall.
And then the warped wall, I knew I could do. But at this point, I'm tired. And my foot slid. I'm so irritated, bro.
Yes, sir. Nice.
So that was my first run. I'm overall still, like, happy with how it went. But I'm also just like... Oh, looking back on it, the inexperience, the lack of knowledge on how to get through. I knew how to get through the obstacles. It's the lack of knowledge on how to get through them quickly that I was missing. And not only that, I was tired at the end of the course, which is crazy because course cardio is not the same as regular cardio. I was a cross-country runner. I was number 5 in the mile in the state of Hawaii. I was number 10 in the, or not 10, number 9 in the 5K in the state of Hawaii. I had endurance, but course cardio and running cardio are not the same. Running cardio will definitely help you, but it's not like if you run like a marathoner or anything like that, that your endurance on a course is going to be so much better. No, because your arms, your upper body, that has to have good cardio. And I had some good from CrossFit, but I had never done a full course of 10 obstacles before. It pumped me out. Definitely some things that people don't think about, people don't see, people don't really consider if they're not a ninja athlete themselves. So I think that those are always very valuable lessons to take away, especially as a beginner. I'm actually going to end up coaching some beginners, a beginner team, like a tier 2 team, starting in July. I'm very excited because I have all this experience and knowledge of what being in tier 2 is like and how it feels and what things took me by surprise because of this comp and the next comp and tier 2 worlds. I know what to expect and I know how to properly prepare my kids now. I think that's very valuable information. Whereas other people, they're just like, oh, you just do the obstacles. Okay, you can do the obstacles. That doesn't mean you're going to do them quickly. It doesn't mean you're going to like feel like you're not going to pass out. You know what I mean? It's not good. Then we're going to take a look at my regional run. This was 2 weeks after. 2 weeks after that very comp. Oh, come on, bro. Come on. It's okay. It's a vlog on my channel. We'll take a look at that real quick. Let me just... Chase, when you compete, you're going to do great. I hope you know that. You're going to do great. Frick. I have to go to my channel, which is going to have the, it's going to have, oh, it's live. Oh, it's not going to have the Dropskate trailer right now. Although, apply for Dropskate 10 if you guys are, Dropskate 10. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Shout out Kane, because Kane was in this video. So here's my course run. I was super nervous about this one too, because again, second competition. I've only trained for 3 weeks. I knew I just had to beat this first obstacle, but I really wanted to make it to Worlds. Oh, hi, Naren. Yo, Warrior Tech's actually dope. The team over at Warrior Tech, they're such good people. I would highly recommend Warrior Tech. They're sick. But yeah, so this run, I had 2 extra weeks of training. My rip had healed at that point, but I was ripping minorly in some other areas. I definitely felt more comfortable on basic stuff like sliders or ring swings on smaller laches. And funny enough, the week of this competition, I asked my coach, Chad, hey, how do you link laches? And he broke it down for me on when I was practicing linking 6-foot laches, and it was kind of consistent. Now I can link consistently. I feel good about that. But also, we'll get into some links a little later. But let's just watch the run. I'll stop it when I need to. This was a little skateboard thing. I should have just jumped on it like a skateboard. Punching bag, slider, whatever. Good dismount. Ring swings. Yay. I set my... Okay. This is an underrated move right here. The big ring to the small ring, it's off-centered. It's not in a straight line. So I purposefully grabbed with this hand to reach with the right hand, because then my hips would be positioned in a way to go out, around, and straight to the platform. Whereas if you grab with the right hand and you're off-center reaching with the left, you kind of swing diagonally, and you only get you're only aiming for the corner of the platform, not the entire platform. Those are things that, again, fans don't typically think about because they're not on the obstacles. But these are the types of things where it's like, if you're not thinking about this, you have no shot of getting the podium. And that's even if you end up clearing the course. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have that mindset. You have to have that plan coming in. So I line up, and I'm perfectly in line. I get off the platform there. I run through the slider this time instead of pulling back, so that saves me a lot of time. And then the dipper here, the roller coaster, I could have gone with 2 hands, but I was just like, one, pull back and swing, it's fine. Balance tank, again, you saw me do this in the Hawaii video that I just showed. So this is the only obstacle I knew how to do prior. And then you swing over to this magnetic trapeze, it drops down. And then it's 2 6-foot laches, I believe. Yeah, it was 6 foot. And I go and I link.
Okay.
I was so happy about that, dude. Like, that was crazy. Yes, I changed the shoes, thank goodness. And then a little bit after this, I got Series 1s. This was not difficult. It's just you climb up a wall, hands and feet, and then you slide down on a ring. Now, this last obstacle is where I ended up getting 2nd place in this competition, and it's because of this last obstacle. I actually lost, get this, to my boss, who also, he's the head coach at the gym that I coach at. And he, on the balance tank, he kicked it forward, he took one step on the barrel, and then he jumped straight to the platform. But he didn't link the laches. And we were pretty even besides that. So, like, we were pretty even on time coming up to this. Now, this is the CD changer. I do not coach at Level Up. It's called Ultimate Ninjas Greensboro. Funny enough, there's my boss right there, standing there. He's getting ready to run after me. So the CD changer, there's these rings, and you put them in these slots. Now, the thing is, the slots, they're a little wide, so you have to angle the rings. You have to play the leverage game, kind of like when you have to, it's similar to Iron Maiden. You have to leverage the, or not Iron Maiden, Northwest Passage. You have to angle the pegs to lock into the spot, so that way it's not just sliding straight down. So I was nervous about this one, not because I thought I would fail it. I just had never tried an obstacle like this before, and I was worried that I was going to take a really long time. I wanted to get to that obstacle as fast as possible. You're pretty sure I lashaded the dismount to save time for the CD obstacle. I did, but let's take a look at how long it takes for me to get up there. I'm feeling it out. I moved that one over because I knew I wanted to move that over. I'm taking like an extra 8 seconds, oh my gosh, to slide this over. And now I've got the dismount set up. That's where I lost. That hesitation, that adjustment, that unsure feeling. Whereas my boss, he just jumped into it in like 3 seconds. He made one move and then he dismounted early as well. He ended up beating me for that very reason. I lost it on the last obstacle. I still cleared, still happy with the run, still made it to Worlds, whatever. But that lack of certainty, that's what gets you. And that's the really frustrating thing about that run. Otherwise, I would have won. It's funny, I would have beaten my boss. Although I beat my boss on the first one, technically, kind of. So that's the type of things where, again, there's so many different factors, even at a beginner level competition, that you have to think about. And I don't think that many people sitting on their couch really factor that in. When they're talking about, you know, A&W or Sasuke, or it's like, why don't they, you know, people who, okay, let's put it this way. People who still hold out hope for specific Sasuke competitors to beat Stage 3, it's never going to happen. Ryo, Hioki, Jun, Araki, it's just not going to happen. And that's not me trying to be pessimistic. That's me being realistic from a competitor standpoint. Because if you have struggled in the same spot for upwards of 4 years, some of them it's been like 3, 4, 5, or even 6 or 7 years where they're struggling in the same spot, that means they are not going to get better. I hate to say it. There's like a 3-year window, I think, where you can really, really get better. But then one of two things happens. Either, one, the course gets harder, like how the Dimension was buffed from the Ultra Crazy Cliffhanger, and how the Burst was buffed from the Vertical Limit Kai. Course is only going to get harder. And those athletes are only getting older, which means their body might experience a little more wear and tear as well. Moravsky can clear Stage 3. He can clear Stage 3. The thing is, Moravsky is a professional. He does it for his job full time. He knows how to take care of himself. The Sasuke guys, they do it for a hobby. And also, like, this isn't a bash on them. If you're in your mid-30s, you can still win. Jeff Britton and Makoto Nagano won in their mid-30s. Like, they can handle. It's just that they might not be the fastest people on the course anymore. But they can still handle the course. But yeah, like, if they're just consistently not getting better on the same obstacles, they're falling on the same obstacle over and over, there's just got to be a point where you got to call it, you know? There's got to be a point where you just say, okay, yeah, there's no shot you're going to beat this. That's the unfortunate truth. And we have not, like, same thing for Joe Moravsky. We've never really seen Joe Moravsky fail the same thing twice. You know what I'm saying? He's always failing something different because there's so many different techniques to adapt to in the United States. So I see it as he's fully capable. He just has to have that run where everything aligns. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are just things that I don't think people consider. I think we could have much more realistic takes on, results, predictions, how we judge other athletes when they're running, how harshly people can judge them. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was part of the little bandwagon that was like, Grant McCartney sucks, he fails the salmon ladder all the time, he's washed, he's whatever. And then I saw, like, again, I experienced how much you have to actually train to make it to the salmon ladder in general, on any course. And how much you have to, like, how consistent you have to be on the salmon ladder. And it was just like, okay, I understand now. Grant McCartney's not a bad ninja. Does he maybe need to train salmon ladder a tiny bit more? Sure. But is he a bad ninja? No, definitely not. And it's things like that where I've been a lot more humbled through my own experience. And I can put my experiences into perspective of the sport of ninja as a whole now. And I'm super grateful for that. And because of that, I've continued my training. I've gotten a lot better at everything. And I've been able to... I knew that I was capable of putting my runs together as long as I had my plan and I would execute. And so we're going to take a look at something that just came out last week on my channel, 2 weeks ago, technically. The Tier 1 Regionals over at Motive. Was super excited about this run. First Regionals run. This is my first buzzer in Tier 1. And that's why it's so big for me. But I'm going to pause and break down my thoughts through this run and, what differences there are between a year ago when I was in Tier 2 Worlds or Tier 2 competitions and now. So, shout out Booty as well. Booty Cawthron on the mic.
I was talking to Kane earlier. He's from Hawaii. He's been doing ninja about 1 year. This is his first regionals.
So, not really concerned about any of these.
Oh, great.
I knew I was going to push through these with speed.
He's moving. I'm going to have to get my feet on.
All right, right here is the first thing that I wish I had done differently. I went from the... So, I saw this the day before I was watching the Facebook streams, and I knew that this was going to be on the course because it was in, like, the teen and young adult runs and stuff. However, I had never really trained that. I told you, I don't like dropping down from the trampoline up to something else. But I knew that I had to commit because a 1:05 time limit, that's super strict. It's tough. And essentially, thankfully, the gym that I coach at, it's gymnastics, trampoline and tumbling, rock climbing, parkour, and ninja. And so one of the coaches, he'll help out ninja occasionally. He's a state champion in trampoline, and tumbling. So I asked him how to hit the trampoline, how to hit it properly, and how to come in from it with the trapeze. We put a trapeze up on the ninja rig. We put a mini tramp right at the end. And I was practicing it, and we went over it for a good 20 minutes. And granted, this is not the same type of trampoline that I practiced on, but it gave me like a rough idea on how to do it. The problem was I hit way too low on the trampoline. I wanted to hit like the middle so I could bounce straight up to the flywheel. But instead I hit at the bottom. So I was like, okay, I got to hit a little higher and then go.
Great
exactly
job there. Almost comes off the track.
You match, you pull back. I knew I had to link this.
For the link, is it there? It's there.
Now, I'm a little bummed out about this one here. I really wish I had linked this Lachey lane. I'm going to move my camera over so you guys can actually see the obstacle. I really wish I had linked this Lachey lane. I was really trying to. The problem was they're small. Like, they're small gaps. I think they were maybe 5 feet. And the thing is, the shorter the distance, the harder it is for taller people to link. Like, grown people. And I'm not even tall. I'm 5'8", but still, like, I'm a grown adult. I really was trying to link. And you can see the way I'm positioning my hips. I'm trying to. The problem is, I was going too far forward when I was linking and not high enough to where I had the momentum to, and we'll see that later. So here we go. I knew I wasn't going to link this one, or I tried to. See, I popped my legs back.
See if you can
I
set
popped
this
my
one
legs
up.
back again to try and
Goes
link,
for it,
and I
looks
didn't
for
have
it,
enough
wasn't there.
power because I'm not giving myself the height.
One more shot.
I could have
Oh,
linked that.
yeah, it's just a long.
I could have linked that dismount, but I got nervous because the dismount platform is this black box here. For the women, there was an extra platform in front of it. I knew if I had the women's platform, I could link the dismount, but the dismount I had was further back, so I played it safe. Now, I'm going to break down the quad steps right here. It's a curve. It was 1, 2, the third on the other side, and then the fourth back on this side. Technically, if you wanted to run through these 2 balance obstacles in one movement, you want to start and hit this step with your right foot. So it's right, left. The step on the right side, you hit with your right foot. You're not twisted up. And then you go left foot again, and then you can run straight through the log runner. But I also knew that if I came into the dismount wrong too fast, I would probably hit this step with my left foot. And so I had a backup plan, and I ended up having to use the backup plan. Here's what I did.
Dismount there, you got to have the power. Andy's right into the steps. A little hop there, that was kind of cool. One there.
I'm going to show you guys that again because I want to break that down.
Oh, yeah, it's just a long dismount there. You got to have the power.
So I've hit with my left foot. It was not on purpose, but I knew, again, if I hit it with the left foot, I'm going to hop. Because, again, the third step is on the other side. So it's on the right side. And my right foot is going to hit it.
And he's
exactly
right into the
happened.
steps. A little
And
hop
then I had
there.
the
That was
momentum to
kind of
still run
cool.
through the logs.
And he skips over that. Under bar
So,
through. 25
things like that.
seconds on the clock. Oh, yeah.
That annoys me. That right there annoys me. So the hop honestly saved my time because me not linking was really bad. But I was really fast in the early part of it on the first 4 obstacles, and I was very fast through the balance obstacles. I got to this point about the same as the guys who got like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on this course. I ended up getting 5th. However, I stupidly went around this obstacle. Well, not stupidly. Let's take a look again at my dismount here. I land, and you can see right here the platform tilts. I was just going to move to the side so I could just immediately grab the bridge and start moving up. But because I fell, I had to restabilize and go around. I lost like 2 seconds there. And spoiler alert, the guy who got 4th place, he beat me by half a second. And the guy who got 3rd place, he beat me by 1 second. Like, that genuinely could have, avoiding that dismount and that walk around could have given me like 3rd place. It was insane. I wasn't very efficient on this obstacle.
17 seconds.
I didn't pull back enough. I could have just skipped here. Like, people were skipping the way down.
And he's down into 10-second warning.
Wall,
5, 4,
the warped
3,
wall could have been cleaner.
2, and nice job.
A buzzer's a buzzer. My time on this course was 102. 102 is pretty sick. I'm now going to show you guys a run by an elite competitor. Exactly. Too many backswings and everything like that. And you have to plan, like, you have to have a plan A and a plan B. My plan A on the Lachey lane was link it. I didn't, but I took 1 swing, and it still gave me enough time to clear the course. And then, again, I had a plan A and a plan B for the quad steps. And, you know, it allowed me to save time instead of, you know, messing up on a speed course and running out of time. Things like that, it's finally starting to click. It took me a year to really get it to click. And that's why I got my first buzzer. Hopefully I'll get another on stage 1 at Worlds. But to show the gap in skill here, okay? I'm about to show you Asa Reynolds' run. If you do not know Asa Reynolds, he trains over at the Jungle Gym with Caleb Bergstrom, Enzo Wilson, and Vance Walker, and Nox Agaramore over in Florida. He's insanely fast. He's one of the fastest ninjas on the planet. He ended up getting the fastest time of this run. And I'm just going to show you what he does and what his time was.
Heading up to the start block.
Oh, he's already... Oh, shoot.
I don't think.
All right, here we go. His speed runs are crazy. He's one of the most entertaining speed ninjas to watch. So he's going. Again, pretty standard through here. Here's where he starts to make a difference. Popping through and linking. How do you do that? And then he links. All right, I want you guys to take a look at the links. For one, the pop through the flywheels, that's crazy strong. That's strong, that's fast. The ability to do tiny pops like that, that's an elite skill. You know, you have to know how to pop through and have your body adjusted to where you don't lose momentum on the flywheels and you're not like stuck swinging, reaching for that last bar. He just pop, pop, twist, and link through the dismount. Now on the laches, I told you I was not getting high enough. I was getting my legs back, but I was not getting high enough because it wouldn't allow me to go. The higher I was, I could bring myself down and bring more power through to my links. Asa launches himself up.
Great.
He goes up before he even goes back, which I think is crazy.
3, 4, and he's off. Nice.
And then he pops through the rings, which I did not do.
Moving.
I popped through the last one. They have shelves instead of the bridge thing. He links those. He underbars the dismount. And for those who do not know how hard an underbar is, underbars are underbars are easy for dismounts, but underbars in general are a tough movement because you have to land your lashing through something, so you no longer have your hips back and diagonal. You want them to be almost in front of you, so you can kick your legs through and use your hips to kick through, and you're pulling through with your arms at the same time. Underbars are really tough to do like in the middle of a link lane. Towards the end for dismounts, I have done them before, but in the middle of stuff, they're super tricky. And to pull off an underbar on a speed run, very impressive.
Man.
So Asa over here crushing it, of course. Link, underbar, and then it's the warped wall. Not a problem for him at all. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And his warped wall pop was cleaner than mine. Listen to the time that Booty's about to say. This is how fast he did it.
37 seconds.
You guys, I got a minute 2 on this course. They didn't really make adjustments on this course. I got a minute 2. He got 37 seconds. And you could argue very slightly that having... Oh, hold on. You could argue that having the flying shelves instead of this board thing, you could argue that this makes it easier to go faster. And I guess, because you can link through things, and linking through the shelves is faster than any move you could do on this obstacle. However, it was not on the adult course for a reason. The shelves not being on the adult course, quite frankly, is mercy. It is mercy on me and all of the other adult competitors, because then the time limit, we were already kind of pushing it on time, but then they would have been like, hey, you have to link the last lache lane and this lache lane if you want any shot of clearing. And adults aren't really the most linky division right now. We can link. It's just that it doesn't always happen consistently, and people don't always choose to link because they want to play it safe in the adult division. Whereas the elites, it's like if you're in elites, you have to know how to link. You know what I mean? And so this is Brett Sims saying, link it or you're not going to make it. And that's exactly what Asa did. This is my favorite move that he pulls off here. Again, so fast. 37 seconds, you know? And that's just the skill level, and that's the skill gap between myself, and I'd like to think I'm pretty good. I got 5th overall in my regional. I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm very happy with my run. I have no complaints about it at all. But at the same time, there's still so much more I have to learn. And it's so much more to get at the level of the guys who are making stage 3, the final stage of A&W, or, you know, winning world championship titles. And there's just still such a big gap that it's going to be a lot. I would like to get in the elite division. I believe Naren asked me if I'll ever compete in the elite division. I would like to. I do have intentions on facing pro competitors sooner rather than later. I'm a firm believer of facing people that are better than you, even if you're gonna get your butt kicked. Um, because that's the only way you're gonna get better. You know, I want to compete against guys. I mean, granted, make no mistake, my coach and my teammate Josh right now, they're an adult with me. They're better than me. I beat them at regionals, but they're better than me. I don't want to get it twisted. They have they have so much more experience and knowledge, and Chad is able to use his IQ on so many techier moves that I'm not really figuring out still. His tech is so much better than mine. Josh, he's a V10 rock climber. His grip strength is insane. His power is insane. He just makes careless slip ups on balance obstacles sometimes. I would say I'm probably better at balance than Josh, but everything else Josh has me beat. You know what I mean? And so, um, yeah, V10. He's insanely strong. He was climbing before he was a ninja. He started climbing at like age 9, and now he's like 19 or 20. So, um, the adults are still pushing me, and ultimately, I know that like next season, you know, every season you can choose to do adult or elite. I'm choosing to do adult next season because I'm just not ready for elite. But I'm now realizing I'm starting to go up the leaderboards on the adult in the adult division, which means hopefully in a season or two, I'm able to say, okay, maybe I should give elites a shot. There's also the Ninja Carolina League, which is a league between North and South Carolina. They have a pro division, and there's some really good people in that pro division. They've got like Michael Bellion, Silas Snyder, Zane Kucha, I think that's how you say his last name. A lot of the Rock Solid team, essentially. Plus like Brett Strong and all these other guys. And I take NCL seriously because it is a competition. I still compete seriously, but I value WNL more as a series, as a league, than NCL. You know, like if I had to choose between doing better at NCL finals or doing better at Worlds, I want to do better at Worlds. So my goal is to next season of NCL do the pro division, even though these NSC guys are going to crush me. I want to be put under the pressure of doing elite courses. I want to be put on the spot, have to link in order for my course runs to be semi-successful. I want to be able to talk beta and strategy with guys that are so much vastly better than me. Because I feel like that's the only way I'm going to get better. And then hopefully, you know, even if I don't even qualify for NCL finals, there's still experience and value in that. And hopefully that experience of working at a higher level will allow me to go back to Worlds next year at the adult level, which is not elite, not pro, and hopefully I'll be able to do better. You know what I mean? I'll feel more confident. I'll be a little more comfortable. My links will come easier. Things like that. That's my strategy for next season. I just have to hope that I pull it off. Can you downgrade divisions if you want to? Yes. You can move out of elite anytime you want between seasons. There have been people who... Alex told me this actually recently. There was someone who dropped down from elite to adult because that year he had a kid. And, you know, fatherhood, parenthood takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of time, especially when the kids are so little. And so he just couldn't commit to like training full time at an elite level like he used to. He had to be a dad. So he did adult, you know, so that way he could still be active in Ninja, but not with as much stress on training, not as much, you know, priority. So that option is always open. Same for young adults as well. Young adults is age 15 to 17. Elites is 15 and older. So yeah. Yeah, so that's everything. I do have one final slide when going over the going over Soapbox here. Let's get that up right now. You would be in young adult. Chase, again, if you're like worried, beginner level, whatever, do tier 2s and beginner NCLs. Those are super chill, super fun. Could not encourage that anymore to people. If you are getting into Ninja, do tier 2, do beginner level competitions, go to the beginner division. It's for all age divisions still, but you're not doing courses that are going to discourage you. You're not doing courses that are going to overwhelm you. You're not doing courses where tier 1 athletes are going to come in, link everything, put you in last place, and you're going to feel like crap. Tier 2 is a great experience to grow through. I'm super excited. Again, I can't wait to coach my team. I just did like a whole layout a couple nights ago with Josh, because Josh also coaches there. We did a whole layout on like how we want to train people throughout the year. Should you do NSC Youth? Who is this? I don't believe we've met. Hello, AA battery. I don't believe that we've met. I mean, if you're consistently performing very well in tier 1 competitions, like podiuming consistently, if you can make it to like stage 2 or 3 at Worlds or something like that, I would definitely say, yeah, give the NSC Youth competition a chance, because it's going to be new obstacles, probably different techniques, a lot of things where you're going to have to link. Be confident. As long as you're confident in your abilities and you know that you can link consistently and you can pull through things consistently and you don't get tired after doing 2 to 3 courses in a day, I'd say, NSC Youth would be a great test of your ability there. My takeaways after a year of ninja training, a year of talking to people, meeting new people, experiencing new things, Ninja is a lot of hard work. If you think you'd be good at this right away but are not physically active, you are sorely mistaken. Give all the ninja athletes slack. Stop hating on them for working hard. Don't bash the teens because they're good. They did this for years. Understand and acknowledge that unless you have done these obstacles yourself, you're out of your depth on judging the skill level of a competitor and comparing multiple competitors. This is not meant to gatekeep anything or anyone and say like, oh, you haven't done an obstacle, so your opinion doesn't matter. It's not to say that. This is just to educate and to enlighten and to get, again, a conversation going about these types of things in Ninja, because it is important. And it's a shame to see people unfairly assess different athletes with no real gauge on how difficult this sport is. I would definitely say this is kind of like a part 2 in a way. We did an episode about difficulty scaling a while back. I feel like this is a good continuation, because difficulty scaling talked more about the obstacle side of how tough Ninja can be, and this is more about how tough the competitor side of Ninja can be as a sport. And I think they kind of go hand in hand. So if you ever decide to bring it up to people, maybe pitch this as like a 1-2 combo or something. You never know. Soapbox is a very bingeable series, I think, in my opinion. That's just me. With that, we are officially wrapped on what I call season 1 of KANE'S Soapbox. So we'll now enter our little discussion portion of the live stream. Yeah. Yeah, Chase, I might see you at some NCLs. You never know. I'm either going to be competing there, or I'm going to be bringing my team there to do beginner competitions, or both. You never know. Yeah, exactly. Those minor technical corrections. Like I said, the amount of backswings you take, the foot that you lead with, the hand that you use to reach, it can make a huge difference. How do I think I'd be if I were a self-taught ninja? No coaches. No coaches is crazy. Here's the thing. I think anyone who trains in their backyard by themselves, or anyone who's doing DIY training, you will eventually figure out ninja. It's just going to take you a lot longer. like a lot longer. I think I'd probably, if I were a self-taught ninja, I think I would have maybe just now figured out how to link. Honestly. Which is crazy because I figured out how to link in my first month of training. So, yeah. Same for like pulling through. Like my grip strength would probably be really good because all I'd really be able to do self-taught is like work on my grip strength. So my grip strength would probably be really good still, but like maybe even better than what it is right now. But also just, again, that technical aspect would be so severely lacking without coaches and without guidance. It would take a long time to figure that out. Is my next competition Worlds, or are you going to try regionals? So I did regionals at Motive, made the vlog. Worlds is in 3 weeks. I'm competing in the skills on June 22nd, which is 3 Saturdays from now. But those are probably not going to be streamed to my knowledge, and that's okay because we're going to record them and I'm going to put them in my vlog for Worlds. So I am going to be, I'll be showing you guys that, but it's not called skills anymore. It's called the discipline circuit. It's 3 mini courses that follow the different formats of WNL: flow, full, and challenge course. Pretty excited. And then on Monday, June 24th, they'll go live with the adult division. I'll run stage 1 and hopefully stages 2 and 3. I want my only goal for Worlds this year is a buzzer on stage 1. I would love a buzzer on stage 1. However, if you don't clear but you make it far enough fast enough, you do get to do like fun runs on stage 2. And if you make it far enough fast enough on stage 2, you get to do a fun run on stage 3. I would like to make it to at least stage 2 off of a fun run. But if I get that stage 1 buzzer, stage 1's what I want for sure. However, this coming Saturday, June 8th, or Friday, June 7th, we don't know yet. They're doing Worlds prep competitions. If you guys are interested, it's open to any athletes. There's a small series of Worlds prep competitions where basically you run the discipline circuit, not the exact one, but 3 courses. The flow, the full, and the challenge course. And it's going to be set up at different gyms. Level Up is hosting one. And I'm debating competing there. The thing is, my division is supposed to be on Friday night, this coming Friday. No, that's not the poster with Asher on it. My division is coming Friday. Warrior Tech is not. The closest one, I believe, for you guys is for us is Level Up. Let me double check here because y'all got me distracted, and now I'm gonna check the schedule before I keep going into my situation here. Empire Ninja in New York, Center Court in New Jersey, Level Up in North Carolina, Jordan Warriors in New Hampshire, Crescent City Ninjas in Louisiana, Brooklyn Ninja Academy in New York, and Urban Playground in Pennsylvania. Those are all of the people hosting World's Prep Comps. You run 3 courses, a flow, full, and challenge. They're shorter courses. They're not 3 courses that are like 10 to 12 obstacles long. That's the standard for WNL. They're like probably going to be like 6 to 8 obstacles long. And they're for charity. So all of your registration money goes over to Neighborhood Ninjas. Neighborhood Ninjas is a nonprofit that, they work on providing scholarships for kids who maybe can't afford to go out to Worlds, and that money will go towards their registration so they can fly out. They also recently, actually a couple weeks ago, opened up a ninja playground in Delaware, the first of its kind. Super exciting. I believe Jesse Graff was at the launch for that, as well as a lot of other people. Jamie Ron was out there. Like, it's a big deal. I wish I got to go, but that was the weekend of regionals, so I had to go to regionals. And so those prep competitions, they're valuable. And I would like to see how I would do on 3 courses in the span of an hour or so, because that's essentially what's going to happen to me at Worlds. I want to see how my conditioning is. It's not really going to change in the next 3 weeks, personally, my conditioning, but it's just a good gauge of skill there. I would say, you know, I'm pretty stoked about the level up one. The thing is, I'm supposed to compete Friday night. Friday night, I'm also supposed to coach an open gym for the kids that I coach. And frankly, I mean, I haven't worked in a week because I was just on vacation. So I kind of need the money. So I'm probably going to go do the open gym. But they're talking about, because currently I guess no one in adult or masters, which is Friday nights divisions, none of them are signed up for the comp right now. And they might just move adults with the teen and young adult on Saturday, which means I probably could do the open gym Friday night and compete on Saturday. So we'll see if I do that. We're going to find out, I guess, in the next couple of days, and then I'll register, or I'll just be like, I'm good. And then it's Worlds. And then after that, I don't compete for a while. I technically can do the Premier Series in Florida in October, although I think that's a bad date for me anyways, the weekend of that competition. Let me double check here. Premier Series schedule. It's SoFlo Ninja Academy. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to that competition regardless. I'm probably not even going to be on commentary for that one. It's October 12th and 13th, and October 13th is my wedding anniversary. So I might do commentary on the 12th, but I'm definitely not doing anything on the 13th. So I'm gonna be with my wife at that time. Like, simple as that. I got my priorities still. It's funny because I'm not gonna do any ninja thing on my anniversary. I'm gonna spend time with my wife. The next week, October 19th to 20th, Modus is doing their premiere series. The 19th is my birthday, and I'm gonna be on commentary for that. I'm working. I don't care about my birthday. Catching up with the chat. South Florida's insane. Yes, it is. I do want to go there someday. But that is not the time. Ninja Gamer asked, when is Elites for Worlds? Elites start on Friday and they end on Saturday for the stages. Stage 1 is stage 1 is on Friday, June 21st. Stage 2 and 3 is on Saturday, June 22nd. And then they run skills like on Sunday or Monday or something like that. But June 21st and 22nd, that's when you guys are going to want to check in for the Elite Division. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be on commentary for Friday for stage 1, most likely. Saturday we'll see, because I do have to run the discipline circuit, so it's like I might be on commentary a little bit, but I'll also have to compete, so we'll see. Still haven't been to Ferox. No, I have not. I do have to plan that New York trip at some point, but oh man. That is the end of season 1 of Soapbox, guys. I call it season 1 just because, I don't know, at some points I'm going to start shifting focus. I think we're going to probably have another year of content where of Soapbox, where I'm going to really start like, rip Chase. That's okay. You should check out Level Up at some point, like for a tier 2. Level Up is pretty much the only WNL tier 2 qualifiers out there. I think Ninja Nation Huntersville also did one last season. But typically it's just Level Up, and Level Up hosts the tier 2 regionals. So, anyways, Soapbox for the next year, I'd like to really spend it still addressing what we have been addressing. I feel like so much of Soapbox is addressed towards ninja fans, you know? Beginner level competitors who really love the show, or fans of the shows who are trying to learn more about the sport. I feel like we've built a really good community here in Soapbox, and I'm going to continue to make episodes of Soapbox surrounding that community. At some point, though, I feel like I am going to run out of things to say. I don't think that's anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if like next year for the 2-year anniversary, it's like one of the last things I have to say about, stuff coming from a fan perspective. And yeah, I think it'll end up being more addressed, honestly, towards we might start making soapbox episodes for ninja athletes or ninja parents, and we start promoting to the wider community. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So, yeah. Let me show you, because you're a Southeast competitor, Chase. Let me show you what the Tier 2 schedule was like this past year. So, Level Up hosted 3 competitions for Tier 2. One of them was the regional. They've done the regional twice in a row now. It's very likely that the regional would be... Yeah, it's Tier 2. Tier 2 is still growing. So, yeah. Ninja Nation Huntersville did one. Last season, it was not... There were not as many. I think last season, it was genuinely... Level Up did 2 qualifiers, and then they did the regional. They were the only gym involved. But that was the first year of Tier 2. This is the second year of Tier 2. And Ninja Nation and ITC joined in. So it's really exciting. I think we got some growth there. Taking a look though at like Northeast was massive. Northeast had, I'll take out the 5. Northeast was, they like tripled in size. And then New England as well, like, let me take out the Northeast comps. New England got a lot bigger as well. More gyms are starting to host. Hopefully that means that... Oh, yeah, that's right. Motive did do one last season. Kane went to the one at Motive last season. Not me, Kane, but Kane in the chat. Kane Malden. So, yeah, there were 2 Level Up comps and a Motive comp in the season I competed at. And then there were 2 Level Up comps, a Ninja Nation comp, and an ITC comp this past season. And regionals. So... We'll see some more growth, most likely. I hope we see some more growth because Tier 2 is really starting to take off. We went from 200 athletes at Tier 2 Worlds in 2023 to 300 in 2024. So definitely excited to see that side of the sport is growing. I think we need more beginner-friendly competitions as a whole, and I think Tier 2 is a great way to really, really provide that opportunity for athletes. Although it's funny because now people are asking for like Tier 2 to be intermediate and we make a Tier 3 for beginners because there's people like who are kind of in between Tier 1 and 2 right now skill-wise. So I don't know. I don't hate the idea, but I just feel like balancing 3 tiers at once, that just sounds like a lot, I just don't see that being doable right now. That's just me. A soapbox for ninja athletes would be useful. Yes, it would be. I see that happening in the future, but definitely not for a while. A soapbox for parents would be very interesting because there are a lot of different types of parents in the sport. The other harsh reality, and this is going to be covered in another episode, is that ninja as a sport means that it's just becoming a typical sport in terms of the people that surround it. And that is a little disappointing in some aspects, but it's also very exciting in other aspects. You think the end of A&W might help increase the number of people signing up for ninja leagues? I'm not sure. I don't know. Yo, backyard ninja rigs. I would love one, but I don't have space in my backyard. The end of A&W might help increase the number of people signing up for leagues. I mean, maybe. I could see a lot of consistent, The ninjas who are already experienced and already established in the sport and they're familiar with things, they will sign up for leagues. Yes. My concern when shows die is that the beginners will start to decrease in numbers. You know? Yeah. They're going to start to decrease in numbers. I think we're going to see less new people come in with we're going to see less newcomers with the sport. I think a lot of athletes do ninja for the chance of $1 million. I don't think a lot of them do, but I think there's definitely a good handful that do for the million. ESPN should try and get NSC or WNL finals televised. That would be interesting. WNL would be harder to televise just because there's 16 different divisions running 3 stages and there's thousands of athletes, whereas NSC it's like 64 athletes total. Like it's just easier to and they're running one course at a time. There's gonna be an ANW 17. I hate to break it to y'all. There's gonna be an ANW 17. Do I necessarily want one? Not really. But the fact of the matter is, even though ANW is getting worse in ratings, they do need to gain a larger following on YouTube. But you know what? They're steadily growing. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm sorry about your father, Chase, but we've, you know, we can talk. We've had this conversation before. You know, we can talk. Where was I going? Oh, ANW 17. The ratings are going down. It's not beating other shows on cable right now. Why is this a freaking fly? But, it is still currently on Monday nights the most watched show on NBC, which means it is NBC's best shot of getting high viewers on Monday nights. Even if that viewership number is low, if it's still number 1 for NBC, it's going to be brought back. And you're right, ratings will be affected this season because of the Olympics being aired on NBC. But next year, when the Olympics aren't there, they're going to keep looking at it and being like, well, on Mondays, ANW is probably our best bet. We're going to find out about ANW 17, whether it's a thing or not. We're going to find out about that in about, I'm going to say 4 months, October or so. We'll probably... Anywhere between October and December, we will see something about applications for season 17. We will. Is Ninja trying to get to the 2028 Olympics? No, it's not. It's not. For those who don't know the misconception about the Ninja Olympic debacle, here's the deal. Ninja, as we know it, Ninja Warrior, is not going to be in the Olympics. That's the type of stuff that NSC, WNL, UNAA, state leagues, international leagues like the Canadian Ninja League or the Ninja Challenge League, that's Ninja. That's what Ninja is. Because it's a spin on what the show's established. And obstacle-wise, they are similar. What is in the Olympics in 2028 is 100-meter OCR, which they're just calling Ninja because the term Ninja and Ninja Warrior has name brand recognition. You know, people recognize Ninja Warrior as a brand. Even if people don't watch it, if you say, oh, you know Ninja Warrior or American Ninja Warrior, they'll go, yeah. 100-meter Ninja is just a 100-meter OCR course of very easy nerfed obstacles that you sprint through. And it's like rings or like monkey bars or really small quad steps, a rip off warped wall, you know, a balance beam. A balance beam is one of the obstacles, or you climb over a wall, you slide under a net. Like, it's not necessarily ninja. It's not ninja the way we know it. That's for sure. You could say that it's a different interpretation of ninja. I wouldn't disagree with you. It's just not the ninja that is mainstream. It's not like Sasuke. It's not like A&W. It's not like Ninja Leagues. Never. So that's what's going in the Olympics. The other thing worth noting is that that specific discipline, the 100-meter race, is just replacing equestrian in the pentathlon. It's not even its own sport in the Olympics. It's part of another sport. It's just a fifth of the pentathlon now. It's such an underwhelming like premise, genuinely, because essentially World Obstacle, who owns the rights to the 100-meter ninja whatever, they basically did that, and they landed this agreement, and they're like, yeah, we're in the Olympics, ninja's gonna go to the Olympics, and they're telling all these athletes that, these top like Spartans and these top ninja athletes from around the world. And so all of these people around the world have this delusional like vision that they're going to make it into the Olympics soon. Like, they can make it to the Olympics in 2032. No, it's not even its own sport in the Olympics right now. You know? And like, there are people who are genuinely like, they genuinely believe that they have a shot at the Olympics, because that's what it's being promoted as, and it's confusing so many people. Yeah. There are also kids out there I know who are not just doing ninja anymore, but they're picking up fencing and running and swimming, which are other disciplines in the pentathlon. Like, they're intending to become Olympic pentathletes now, which is, I mean, hey, more power to them. I was not expecting that turn of events, but more power to them. If they make it to the Olympics, man, like, that's some pretty impressive stuff. But no, in short, ninja is not in the Olympics right now. It's a lot of different companies taking shortcuts, trying to get into the Olympics without having to put in the legal work of getting into the Olympics. In order to be an Olympic sport, you have to have like 75 countries participating. Yeah, Tommy Matthews considering fencing would be insane. Let me make a list right now. Let's play Kane Not Kasugi makes a list of every country active in ninja. Okay? I feel like I've done this before. Every active ninja country here. So let's start with the OG, Japan. You got the USA, the UK, France, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Poland, Italy, Russia. I'm trying to stay in Europe right now so I don't forget any European ones. Those are all the ones that currently have active, like, leagues or shows. Canada has an active league. Israel, Australia. I am going to forget Turkey because Turkey hasn't been active in forever. Taiwan, Hong Kong, Guam, I'll just put China because technically, I mean, there's people in Singapore doing it. They don't have like a league though. They just have a gym. So I just have to, sorry, Alvin. Barbados. That's Hungary was, I should throw Hungary in there because there are still like comps in Hungary. There is no ninja in Brazil, but I'll get to that in a short bit. So again, you need 75 countries active in ninja in order for ninja to become a sport. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 countries active in just ninja. Okay? I'll even mark this ninja. And I'll put 18. So we know. 18. Now I'm going to put OCR. Because this is, you know, OCR, the ones that have the 100-meter thing that are claiming to have ninja. Most of these countries are already there. But then you have, like, Belgium, Costa Rica. This is where you have Brazil. Philippines. Can I type, please? Indonesia. Malaysia. You definitely have China in the mix. Portugal and Spain, I know. I've seen stuff in Portugal and Spain. I've seen stuff in Denmark. Japan recently had OCR. I'm just not putting duplicates. Yeah. Japan, USA, UK, France, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Poland, Italy, Russia, Canada, Australia, Hong Kong, and Hungary. They all have representation in. You're right. I do believe Argentina was on the list. So like yeah, most of these countries already have OCR as well, but these guys specifically have OCR. OCR mainly originated from Spartan though. The guy who owns the whole company, he's the owner of Spartan. So that's typically the pull that it comes from. I'm trying to think of more. I think Mexico has one. Let's just check. World obstacle. See, they own, it's the owner of Spartan. They own UNAA as well. Let's see. Where can we find... Let's check the committees. Oh, here we go. Federations. There's some in Africa. Okay, so Cameroon, Egypt. I saw Ghana on the list. Gosh, man. Kenya, Morocco, Namibia, Nigeria. South Africa, Tanzania, Tunisia, Uganda. South Africa. Why did I say that wrong? Okay, and then let's take a look again. Let's go over to the Americas. Argentina, Bahamas, Barbados, Brazil. So I got to add Bahamas, Chile, Colombia, Guatemala. And then we have Haiti and Jamaica, and I'm not going to add Martinique because it says to be announced, and Panama, same thing, and Puerto Rico and Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm not including that because they're not official yet. So Haiti, Jamaica, I have Mexico, Nicaragua. Okay, so Haiti, I already forgot. I said Nicaragua and Jamaica. And then we have Paraguay, Peru, provisional membership, so it's not official. So Paraguay, these are all, both provisional. What the? Okay, never mind. And Venezuela. Okay, so Venezuela. With the potential addition of 1, 2, 3, 4 extra partners. I don't know about influential. It's just that it's more accessible than Ninja, that's for sure. It's more accessible because you can just set it up outdoors anywhere, you know? Looking into Asia Pacific. Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia. I believe I put Malaysia and Indonesia there. I did not put Cambodia. It's also worth noting that, again, some of these might just might not be active. And then Singapore, which is technically China. Vietnam. Vietnam still has an active ninja scene, I guess, or obstacles scene. It's not even more popular because, I guess it is. But again, it's just more easy to reach. Andorra, nope. Yep, so Andorra, Belarus, Croatia. Czech. Oh, wait, hold on. Czech goes in here. I know some things about Czech Republic and FISO. They're leaving and they're joining WNL because I'm a great businessman. Estonia, Finland. Estonia, Finland, Georgia. Gibraltar is okay. And Ireland. Israel and Italy we have. Liechtenstein. Oh, they're in Ninja. What am I doing? They have a Ninja community. Germany, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, Austria, and Hungary are all kind of in one big Ninja community together. Mainly because a lot of them compete on Ninja Warrior Germany together. They all met, they all own gyms, and they travel to each other's gyms now. So that's good. Lithuania, Malta, Moldova, Netherlands. Is this going to be 75, guys? Could we hit 75 countries? Norway. I already have Poland, Portugal, Russia. Norway, Serbia, Slovakia, Sweden. I already have Switzerland, Turkey, and Ukraine. So Turkey does make it on the list. What was the last one? Ukraine. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more under development. So potential of 8 extra. Okay, so now let's look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. I can't see. 50, 51, 52. So what's 18 plus 52? That's 70. 18 plus 52 is 70. With potential to add 8 more, that is 78. That's crazy. So we, I guess they'd be close enough. But I don't think Taiwan doesn't have, Taiwan and Hong Kong do not have OCR things. Neither does Guam. So that takes out 3. Czech Republic's leaving OCR. They're leaving that group. So yeah. Spoiler alert. the Czech Republic and Poland are not very happy with World Obstacle and FISO, which is under World Obstacle. There's like a whole tree, basically. It's like World Obstacle, which owns Spartan and OCR on one side. FISO is what's trying to do the ninja stuff. And they've got like that 100-meter things. And then there's UNAA under FISO as well as like Ninja Sport UK, which is the UK's ninja league. Billy, if you've watched any of Billy's videos, his comp vlogs, they're mostly ninja sport competitions. And Czech Republic and Poland are apparently not happy with it. I've been in negotiations with the representatives of the Czech Republic. We're actually going to sign a contract in the next week to where they will join WNL in the coming season. It's very, very exciting. And they are potentially going to partner with some Polish federations as well. So we could have the Czech Republic and Poland represented next season in the WNL. But we shall see. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So Ninja is nowhere near, the thing is with those 18 Ninja countries as well, they're so divided. They're in different federations, in different leagues. Like Japan, unaffiliated with any leagues right now. The US and the UK have mixes of ninja leagues all over. US has like 10 ninja leagues. 4 are national and like the rest are all state leagues. The UK has 2. France is purely WNL. Go France. Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Hungary, and Liechtenstein, they're all trying to figure it out together. They're trying to make their own association right now, and then they're going to partner with a larger group. I would like for them to partner with WNL, personally. But they might partner with World Obstacle. Who knows? I know what I want them to do, though. Italy is with WNL, but they're complicating things. I love, his name's Michel, and he's the representative for Italy in Ninja. He's a great dude. Bro literally locked in the rights to like Ninja 100, the 100-meter thing. He essentially runs all of that stuff now, the pentathlon, whatever, and the training in Italy, and he did it as a power play so that UNAA couldn't do it. I love that guy. He's so cool. Russia is... I did not mention India because India was not on the list. I don't believe it was. If so, whatever. It probably is. But I don't know. There's so many countries. Anyways, looking through the list right now, Russia is... they're basically only doing OCR stuff, but they have their own ninja league under OCR, similar to what the Czech Republic and Poland had, and what the UK is doing. Canada, Israel, Australia, and Barbados are all doing their own thing, but they partner with WNL. They have their own leagues or competitions, and they just partner with WNL. Hong Kong had recently signed up for WNL, so I'm going to hopefully get them to do some competitions next season. Same for Taiwan. Guam is under UNAA. Darren Perez does it. And really, I would love to have Guam in some WNL stuff. It's just that, like, the only gym that they have is Darren Perez's backyard, and backyard courses do not pass safety measures that WNL has. Like, we have safety standards that we have to uphold as a league, and UNAA does not require that. So, yeah. Otherwise, I would have reached out to him and had asked if, like, we wanted to get Team Guam out to WNL. Thankfully, though, Team Guam went out to the Jimmy Fit Games in Taiwan. They qualified, so good for them. Barbados, I went over. Hungary, I went over. Czech Republic, I went over. Liechtenstein, I went over. Yeah, so it's all very divided right now. We have to really unite the ninja countries, not just the OCR countries. I'm not even going to think about the OCR countries. I can't think about the OCR countries because we haven't even gotten the ninja ones. Anyways, oh yeah, the first Ninja League, I forgot about that, the FNL. And the ENL went under. Rip them. Well, with that said, I just realized it's about to hit 1 o'clock. I am going to call it here because the premiere for TSN's All-Star video is coming out like right now. We're about to get to the premiere countdown in a couple minutes. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, thank you guys for watching a whole year of Soapbox. So many of you guys were here since episode 1, and that's just crazy to me, and it means a lot to me that you guys are supporting my content. Again, share this with people who maybe need to be educated a little bit and enlightened. I'd love to get some discussions going. I'd love to be the reason things are talked about more heavily in this sport. So, again, thank you all for your support. Go check out TSN. Subscribe to both channels if you haven't already, as well as Billy's channel. Get ready for season 2 because I'll be coming back in July with one. But first, I have to take care of some business worlds. So, I'll definitely see you guys very, very soon. Outro music. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.